All right, so we're back for the next bit of bullshit. Oh, I've never made sourdough before, but I know everyone in America is at home making it right now, and I'm going to be no exception. I just want to fit in. So anyway, I'm going to make a simple sourdough. It's from allrecipes.com. It's there, one by Chef John, and it's doing everything by weight, which I've never done before, so that's kind of fun. So in this bowl, I'm going to start it off simply. I'm going to mix the ingredients together. They're gonna sit in this bowl for 4 hours, and then I'm gonna come back, flip it around, and kind of knock it down again, let it rise again for a couple more hours, and then it will rest overnight, and we'll finish it tomorrow. So I'm gonna start by putting in the bowl 100 grams of starter, 250 grams of water, 8 grams of salt, and 394 grams of bread flour. $394. Is $395 a big deal? I'm wondering. Now we're going to do 8 grams of salt. 8 grams of salt. All right, we're going to do 250 grams of water. It's easier to just say it. Right on. All right, 250 grams of water, maybe 253. Okay, so, and then I need 100 grams of, 100 grams of the starter. All right. And that's that. It is soft and sticky dough. As so. All right. So now I'm going to leave that. I'm going to cover it with tin foil and leave it sitting on the counter for the next 4 hours. All right, kiddos. So now it's been 4 hours. It's now dark outside, so it's like 9 o'clock at night. This is a good time of day to make this, because it's 4 hours, then a 2-hour rest, and then a 12-hour rest. So anyway, so now the instructions say I'm supposed to wet my hands and fold the dough over itself 3 or 4 times, and then I'm gonna cover it up again and let it sit for another 2 hours. Wetting your hands is supposed to make it not stick, he says. All right. Oh. So you just flip it over itself and then rotate the bowl. And do that 3 or 4 times. It's nice and elastic. I think I've already lost count of how many times I've gone around. Maybe twice. I'm sure it's, wow, it's getting like more and more elastic every time I fold it. That's cool. It's kind of cool. All right. So now I'm gonna cover it back up. Christmas. Now I'm going to cover it back up with foil and let it sit for 2 hours. Okay, so now it's really late in the day, and I'm going to, the dough is in here. Ooh, it's gotten like larger again. That's pretty cool. So what I'm gonna do in this step is I'm gonna sprinkle some flour on the counter, and I'm going to form the dough into a nice, like perfect ball, and then I'm going to put it in this bowl that I have lined with a towel, and I'm going to sprinkle some of the, I'm gonna use he said to use like rice flour for this part. And I still have some of this gluten-free all-purpose flour. So I'm supposed to like rub this into this cloth that I have in here. All right. All right, so wow, the dough is staying together really nice. The dough is sticky, but it's all right. So in this step, I'm supposed to get it all gathered up to like a nice, smooth ball. That is supposed to go into this. All right, so now then this will go into the refrigerator overnight, or for at least 12 hours. See you tomorrow. Okay, so now it's the next day, and in the last part, I put it in the oven, and it's been in there all night long. I had it in there longer than probably 12 hours, but it seems to be okay. And then after that, I took it out and I set it on the counter this afternoon for 4 to 5 hours. And it really rose a lot in that 4 to 5 hours. It's filling up most of the bowl. I can see mixed-sized bubbles down in there. I think that's a good thing. So now I'm going to invert it onto the baking sheet, and then I'm going to put it in a 450 degree oven, which I've already preheated. All right. Boy, if these were going to go a shit ton wrong, this would be it right here. So, I don't know. Let's find. Okay, let's go. What do you know? All right, so there it is. I could have been a little better centered on the pan. I've got a lot of flour on there that I'm going to need to dust off. All right, so now I'm going to brush the surface with a little bit of water and put a little cut in the top. I don't know why I'm putting a cut in the top. I don't know if it's supposed to be pretty or if it's supposed to do something, I don't know, but he said to do it, so that's what I'm going to do. Ooh, that's a. Ooh, that's a. I can't even. Anyway, all right. So I've cut the top, and now it's going to go into a 450-degree oven. So 25 to 30 minutes. See a little bit. All right, so it's been about 27 minutes. Let's see how we look. And there it is. I did a terrible job storing that center. It's got a pretty solid crust on it. Well, we'll see how it is when it cools. All right, so I obviously have some work to do on making the outside and the top look nice. Let's see how the inside crust looks. And wow. The grain looks like the pictures. It smells really good. Ooh. It probably needs to sit a little longer than it has. It's pretty soft. Probably should have sat another half hour. Wow. Huh. Okay. It's really moist, and the texture's really nice. It doesn't it doesn't taste like much of anything. I mean, it looks great and it smells great, but it needs the next, okay, I've got more starters, so I'll make it with, I think it needs more salt, and I think I could have made it with more starter and to give it more of a yeast flavor. Okay, well, there it is. The texture is unbelievable, though. Okay, so I'm getting ready to make some more sourdough. I have to say the end result really was very good. At first I said it was maybe not as delicious as I hoped it would be. After I let it sit about another half hour or an hour longer, the bread had set even more. It really is good, and it was terrific the next day too. Anyway, if you would like to make sourdough starter, just message me below in the comments, and I'll send you instructions on how to make the starter. It takes about 5 to 10 days to get that up and running. So just give me a message and you heard me.